You know. All of my haters are sipping fake.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
I'ma make them suffer, they some palm, they some palm. All of my haters are sipping fake tea.
Greetings.
It's getting real dangerous like Drake's Passage.
Greetings.
Nowhere. The next level, take another
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Talking about me like I really care. I'll air you haters out, leave you on a chair. What you say is what believe, sipping on that fake tea. Talking kinda crazy.
Greetings.
Now it's time to take it back. You know I'm your favorite. You know who I came with. All you haters hating.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? In excess, I see you, champion. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we came to do. Let's go.
I'ma make them suffer. They some pawns.
They some
All of my
pawns.
haters are sipping fake tea. I'ma make them suffer. They some pawns.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
All of my haters are sipping fake tea. Somebody needs to tell them that it's that dog.
That's right.
They thinking they the Jetson, but they Flintstones.
Let's go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is? It's showtime. You know what we came to do.
Feel like I'm stuck in a cycle. It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse, and I can't escape it.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do.
Deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these rats. I'm like the Terminator screaming. I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
This morning star.
Tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last.
Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back.
When you reach your famous.
The algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. Hey, Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Hey, if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Jackie, good morning. What's up, June?
Call me the master with a new whip.
I'ma take off with a spaceship. Here he goes.
I've gone into Zeus's live and a couple of drug testing.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, you've gone.
This has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. Good morning, DJ. Go ahead and kill the music. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. But before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. You might as well pretend like I got my hand on a stack of Bibles. All right, that's how honest I am. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I really will be the first to apologize. But here's the deal. I haven't been wrong lately. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But if I were wrong, I would be first in line. All right. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it, I will always be and remain the most handsome. Good morning, everyone. Now, many of you are very familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, who's also a defendant on multiple venues, 4 different venues, right? We hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting, and I'm going to have to put a pin in that word disgusting for a split second. Their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, all right, that have gotten this country into the nasty situation it's in right now. We hold them accountable for those dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got something to say to you Trump supporters. If you're lactose intolerant, you know that my good friend Brother Swervin once said, lactose intolerant, that means you're allergic to the facts. You might want to leave this live, honestly. and go on about your miserable mornings, right? And go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts, those fake TikTok lawyers. You know exactly who they are. These are a bunch of liars. These are a bunch of seditionists, treasonous traitors. These are a bunch of bigots and a bunch of racists and misogynists. You go hang out with them. All right, because they will lie to you and make you think this country is going to be better if Donald Trump is reelected. But over here, we won't do that. We're going to give you the cold, harsh truth, the reality. All right, and this broadcast is specifically designed. If you're happy, it's going to make you sad, right? It'll make you real sad when you get done hearing what I got to say. If you were hungry, you're not going to be so hungry, because we're going to get straight into what's really going on in this country, all right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I must give you what I call the warning, right? Which is, you don't want to take my word for it, right? I know a lot of you Trump supporters don't believe me, and you don't got to. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started, all right? And I got a couple of interesting talking points today that I want to address with the kingdom, so bear with me. First thing I want to address is Barack Hussein Obama. And I'm going to continue to beat this drum and drive this point home. How many of you Trump supporters out there still believe you were doing better off 4 years ago than you are today? Any Trump supporters still believe that lie? Any of you Trump supporters, do you still believe you had more money in your pocket while Donald J. Trump was president? Raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you really do believe you had more money under Donald. Okay. All right, this one's for you, big baby. So what I want to discuss is the intertwined economic legacies of two presidents, Barack Hussein Obama and, of course, your cult leader, Donald Trump. While their approaches differed significantly, it is essential to recognize the context in which each leader contributed towards that situation that you were so happy about, all right? Barack Obama, ladies and gentlemen, we all know it. He took office during the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. His administration implemented several key policies to stabilize the economy. 1. The stimulus package. The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act injected funds into the infrastructure projects, education, and healthcare, aiming to create jobs and boost economic growth. Can we all give Barack Obama a round of applause? Come on, let's give Barack Obama a round of applause, because these are the same people that said they had more money in their pocket 4 years ago. So you got to understand why. This is why I'm doing this, because a lot of you Trump supporters, I figured it out yesterday. Your brains can only handle 4 years at a time. After that, you completely black out, right? So I'm helping you understand why you had this money in your pocket. The auto industry bailout. Obama's support for the struggling auto industry prevented its collapse, preserving jobs and maintaining a vital sector of the American economy. Let's give Barack Obama another round of applause. Let's give Obama a round of applause, MAGA. All right. What about the healthcare reform? Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act. I'm sorry. It expanded access to health care, impacting both public health and the economy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Barack Obama another round of applause. See, they don't want to... If I talk to a Trump supporter going forward and they said they had more money in their pocket 4 years ago, then what we're going to have is a real honest conversation about how Barack Obama contributed to you having more money in your pocket. Right, ladies and gentlemen? And you know who was the vice president, right? Joe Biden, right? Let's give Joe Biden a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. These Trump supporters don't understand who they're talking to. Okay, by the end of Obama's second term, the economy had recovered significantly with steady job growth, declining unemployment rates, and a rebounding stock market. Let's give Barack Obama another round of applause. So any Trump supporter out there that thinks that somehow they have more money in their pocket because of Obama, I just wanted to make sure we called that out. Now let's talk about what Donald Trump inherited. When Donald Trump took the office in January of 2017, he inherited an economy that was already on the upswing. The recovery from the Great Recession was well underway. Tax cuts and deregulations. How many of you like Donald Trump's tax cuts and all that stuff? You like that? You like Donald Trump's tax cuts and all of that? Trump's signature achievement was the tax cuts and the Jobs Act, which aimed to stimulate the economic growth by reducing corporate taxes and encouraging investment. All right, but we all saw what that did to the trade deficit, right? $8 trillion in deficit, right? Trade policies. Trump's approach to trade was more protagonistic, all right? It involved renegotiating trade deals and imposing tariffs. While this had a mixed effect, it's reflected in his commitment to reshaping the global economic relationship. Continuing of job growth. During Trump's tenure, job growth did continue and the stock market did reach record highs. However, some of these trends were continuations of, guess what? Some of those trends were continuations of Barack Hussein Obama era policies. Let's give Barack Obama another round of applause. Actually, it's Obama and Biden. Let's give Obama and Biden another round of applause. Want to talk job growth? When we examine the creation during the first 3 years of each president's term, right, we're going to leave out the pandemic. We find Obama's job growth was robust, with employment levels rising by almost 8%. Trump, although job growth was positive, 4.4%, it lagged behind Barack Hussein Obama's performance. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Barack Obama a round of applause. And by the way, Biden, as of now, and present, Joe Biden has actually outperformed Barack Obama and Donald Trump, right? So let's give Joe Biden a round of applause. Trump often highlighted the economy's strength during his presidency. However, it's essential to note that he inherited a recovering economy. All right. I mean, I'm telling you, Trump supporters, this so you can understand that if you are crying to go back 4 years when you had that so-called more money in your pocket, you got to give Barack Obama his props. All right. Because Donald Trump really wasn't in there long enough to actually do anything. All right. You saw how it ended. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I want to say this. Barack Obama's policies laid the groundwork for economic recovery, and Donald Trump tried to build on that foundation. The success of any president's economic legacy really does depend on a combination of policy decisions, external factors, and leadership. All right. And as we can see, when it comes down to it, Barack Hussein Obama did a marvelous job helping this country recover after the 2008 Great Recession, which was a Republican president, right? That was George Bush. And this proves that the Democrats actually are better for the economy. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, one, we're going to give President Barack Obama and his Vice President Joe Biden another round of applause. And we're also going to give Donald Trump what he deserves. So let's give Obama and Biden a round of applause. Go Democrats! Go Democrats! And let's give Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Our first honorable round of boos and shame. Because everything they try to say Donald Trump did to help them, they are starting to realize it wasn't Donald Trump that helped him. It was the Democrats. Let's give them a round of boos and shame. I have no reason to lie to you. I have no reason to lie to you folks, all right? So I don't want to hear it. Whether if you want to go back 4 years, you got to give Obama the credit, all right? And if you want to talk about today, you got to give Joe Biden the credit. All right? Listen, I have no reason to get out here and lie to you. All right? Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. We got more topics to cover. What do I want to talk about this next? Okay, I want to talk about something, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about it, all right? We're going to talk about it, all right? Now, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we had a MAGA demon come in the box, right during the broadcast. And sometimes I bring people up, and we were talking about the Kid Rock segment of the show. You remember the Kid Rock segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen? The part in which I was asking the Trump supporter that came in the box. Hold on, okay, yeah, there it is. I said we had an interview going on with the Rolling Stone, I think Kid Rock was doing, and he was using the N-word. He was drinking bourbon and all these other things. And I said to the MAGA, I said, listen, is there any Trump supporter out there that believes it's okay to use the N-word? This is what I said. I said, is it okay to use the N-word? A majority of them, they zipped their mouths. They didn't say anything. But we had one MAGA demon. You could go check the video. I posted it on YouTube. I think I'm going to one-up Zeus, and I'm going to get in his box, and I'm going to show him that it is acceptable for a white person to use the N-word. All right, come on up here. Explain to me how it's acceptable. Keep in mind, it's not acceptable, right? It's not acceptable. We all know this. We all have a brain in our head. We all know this. Well, Zeus, it's a term of endearment. Oh, it's a term of endearment, right? Well, how would you use it as a term of endearment, right? You're going to use it? Yeah, I'm going to use it. And he says, well, how are you doing? And he uses the N-word, and he puts the hard ER on it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this is MAGA's best and brightest. He used the hard ER. I was, I had to keep the show going, but I was blown up. I said, you know what? I had to keep it in my, I said, and I had to go have a conversation with myself later on. I said, these folks really don't know what's happened. These folks really, they must not be that bright. These got to, I thought I was dealing with the best and the brightest, but these folks aren't that intelligent. That's the only way to explain why he would get in my box and not even use it like you use it in rap music, but use it like he was at one of his Klan rallies. You know, he used it in that way as a form of, and I thought to myself, I said, there's just no way. There's just no way when he's around all those other people wearing those hoods that they refer to each other using the N-word. So that was just a flat out lie. It was a flat out lie, right? And so I said, you know what? I'm Zeus. And we can't let this go unchecked. We can't let this go unchecked, right? And I said, you know what? The gloves are now officially off, ladies and gentlemen. The gloves are off.
Everyone knows he's, and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago.
I wouldn't have
said it. I was actually very kind to him. But now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off. The jar has been opened.
The gloves are off, and the jar has been opened. So what I want to do now is take time to explain to the poorly educated out there, the MAGA, why you should not feel comfortable using racial slurs. I got to do this because I got to make sure this is a conversation we have as a group, so that if it comes up again, I can refer to this and I can say, go back and rewatch the footage. So please, bear with me. And for all of you Trump supporters that harbor these individuals, because they're definitely in the MAGA cult. These are the people that you roll with, and one of them had the courage to come in the box and refer to, say the N-word, all right? I got to bring this up. I want to address a critical issue that continues to affect our society, and it's the use of racial slurs. And by the way, this is for educational purposes only, all right? These offensive words carry deep historical and emotional weight, and their impact extends far beyond mere language. Here are compelling reasons, MAGA, for why you should not be out here on TikTok using racial slurs. Number one, they perpetuate discrimination. Racial slurs, they perpetuate stereotypes and discrimination. They reinforce harmful beliefs about specific racial or ethnic groups, leading to exclusion, bias, and prejudice. See, ladies and gentlemen, America has a long history of this going on. And MAGA, because they try to act like they can only handle 4 years of information, and then after that it blacks out. I'm going to update their software this morning by reminding them it's not acceptable to use racial slurs. All right? That's why I made it a point to make sure they understood it was Barack Obama who actually helped them have more money in their pockets. I want you to understand, everywhere you turn, you're going to see someone of color. You're going to see a woman, MAGA. Even though you try to erase it, we're not going to let you get away with it. All right? Okay, so by using such language, you contribute to a toxic environment that marginalizes individuals based on their background. You want to know why your lives keep getting taken down, MAGA? This might be a reason why, because TikTok knows exactly what you're talking about. All right, psychological and emotional harm. Let's talk about it. Words have power. Racial slurs inflict emotional pain and erode self-esteem and create lasting trauma. Yeah. And it's not specific to one group. As you can see, I'm actually putting photos up, all right, that are things that happen in this country that apply to different ethnic groups. All right. These are things that have happened. And when people get out here on TikTok and use racial slurs, what they don't understand, some try to pretend like they don't. I know they do. They don't realize, or let me say it this way. What I want to make sure they understand is whenever you use those words, you're sending us right back to the trauma. Historical context. Many racial slurs have roots in centuries of oppression, slavery, and violence. They remind us of a painful past. When you use those words, you perpetuate the legacy of hatred and dehumanization. Impact on relationships. Let's talk about it. Racial slurs damage relationships. Whether it's a personal interaction or on online spaces like TikTok, hurtful language drives wedges between people. Respectful communication fosters understanding and unity. Educational and professional consequences are as follows. Employers, educators, and institutions, they have been making an effort to take long stances against discriminatory language. Using racial slurs can lead to a lot of nasty things, MAGA. I don't think there's anybody out here engaging in actual, work or involved in an educational setting that believes it's acceptable to use racial slurs. So if you wouldn't use them at work, don't use them on TikTok. It's about setting an example. A lot of you are parents. Some of you might be teachers. Some of you might just be regular citizens, members of your community. And what you need to understand is that what you are doing and what you are saying is actually shaping the next generation. Your language influences everybody and their attitude. That's why you got to watch what you say. Okay, so by avoiding racial slurs, you show that you have empathy, compassion, and respect for others. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure these Trump supporters out there, they understand America's history when it comes to discrimination and racism. All right. This involves discrimination against Mexicans. All right. And this is actually in the history books. All right. You can go look this up. Just go look up what the Texas Rangers did to Mexicans in the past. All right. Look at this. Stop Asian hate. Yes, this happens to every ethnic group. Remember World War II. This is what was going on. So when you Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese who were rounded up and discriminated against in this country. So when you Trump supporters, you come onto these platforms and you engage in racist behavior, I want you to understand you are the ones opening up these wounds, causing harm out here. And when you do that, you're right. We have the right to respond accordingly. All right. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, You know what we must do. I don't want to hear you Trump supporters asking me why it's racist. You go look it up yourself. I don't want to hear it. What I want you to do is do better. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, join me in doing what I came to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve, because they are racist. All right, these people are racist. They know what a dog whistle is, and they do it every day online, and they try to pretend like we don't know what it is. Join me in giving these racist people what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. Right.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yep.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Bingo. All right, so let's continue to move on, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't got much time out here, all right? All right, so let's talk about what everyone's talking about. We know that Donald Trump is currently sitting in a New York courtroom, once again, trying to, I guess, I don't know what he's thinking. He knows, we know exactly how this trial is going to end, right? We know Donald Trump's going to be found guilty, right? We know he's going to be found guilty. Let's go ahead. But yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, there was a situation that transpired, all right? Robert Costello, clearly a plant for the defense, all right? He took the witness stand and decided that he was going to take matters into his own hands and give the judge what Donald Trump told him to give the judge. And the judge, you know what the judge did. The judge cleared the courtroom and had to dress him down, basically saying, I hold you in contempt if you keep this nonsense up. All right, which ultimately isn't a good thing for Donald Trump. The jury is definitely privy to what happened, and it doesn't prove Donald Trump is innocent. If anything, it shows how desperate Donald J. Trump is. But you know what? Morning Joe, ladies and gentlemen, he addressed the situation in a way that I believe really addresses the larger issue, which is how many more passes will Donald Trump continue to get during this trial? All right, which basically shows he has no respect for the rule of law. How many passes will he get?
A witness for the former president's defense team. Trump's lawyers call veteran New York attorney Robert Costello to the stand, looking to further the narrative that Michael Cohen is motivated by revenge. At one point, Cohen was considering hiring Costello at Rudy Giuliani's recommendation. Costello had promised to act as a back channel to former President Trump, but Cohen never retained him, and the two have feuded publicly ever since. Costello testified Cohen told him several times that he did not, quote, have anything on Donald Trump, and that he paid Stormy Daniels hush money, quote, on his own. Costello soon became aggravated after several objections by prosecutors, began making comments under his breath, this is a witness, and rolling his eyes. This prompted presiding Judge Merchan to ask the jury to leave before addressing the situation. Quote, I want to discuss proper decorum in my courtroom, he said. So when there is a witness on the stand, if you don't like my ruling, you don't say, geez, okay? And then you don't say, strike it, because I'm the only one that can strike testimony in the courtroom. Do you understand that? Costello responded with, I understand. But the exchange only grew more tense, Judge Merchan saying, okay, and then if you don't like my ruling, you don't give me side eye. You don't roll your eyes. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Costello answered, I understand that. I understand what you are saying. But Judge Merchan did not like the look Costello was giving him and said, quote, are you staring me down right now? The judge then completely cleared the courtroom of press and spectators to speak one-on-one with the witness. Judge Merchan purposely allowed his conversation to continue. On record, adding to court transcripts, he told Costello, quote, I'm putting you on notice that your conduct is contemptuous. If you try to stare me down one more time, I will remove you from the stand. I will strike his entire testimony. Do you understand me?
Do you understand?
And quote, shortly after that exchange, the prosecution began its cross-examination of Costello, which will continue this morning, Joe. So an extraordinary moment in Judge Mershon making it clear that whatever you are doing to perform for President Trump right now, whatever you're trying to do to signal that you are continue to be sort of a tough guy, a thug on behalf and in defense of President Trump, it's not going to work in this courtroom.
It's not going to work.
Well, exactly. And he's playing like the clowns behind him.
Clowns.
Yeah.
That all come in with their cyborg red ties to an audience of one.
Yeah.
And that makes his disrespectfulness toward the judge, but far more importantly, toward the court system itself, all the more maddening. And why, if he were to do it again, he needs to be sent to jail. He needs to be sent to jail immediately. Just let's take a step back. And Judge Mershon has had to show restraint. While every day you have the defendant going out and attacking him personally, suggesting that he's corrupt, suggesting that the court system is rigged, making it extraordinarily personal toward him and members of his family. And I suppose I wouldn't do it. I don't care who the defendant were. Right. If I'm the judge, they're going to jail.
Bingo.
And I would bring them in shackles day in and day out.
Put Donald Trump in shackles.
Whether it was a steel worker, a teacher, or the president of the United States, you have to respect the judge, because the judge represents the judicial system. And I understand the balancing act that this judge is in the middle of, Willie, but you take everything in its totality. Maybe it's harder to send a former president to jail for contempt when any other American would be sent to jail.
That is correct.
This double standard stuff, that somehow Donald Trump's on the wrong end of the double standard, that's just, as Aristotle used to say when he was debating Socrates, that's just bullshit. Rank bullshit. The fact is, there are two standards here, Willie, and Donald Trump benefits from those double standards every single time. And now the defendant's witnesses are doing the same. Again, I've never seen this. I've never seen this before in a court, because if I did, well, you'd see the back of them going to jail, and the next morning they would be wearing orange.
Wearing orange. This two-tier justice system Donald Trump is crying about, it is sickening, and it's a disgrace to this country. Donald Trump and his cronies should be jailed immediately for violating the gag orders, for threatening the judge, his little surrogates out there that are out here helping him violate. Put them all in jail. As a matter of fact, go and get these TikTok lawyers as well, the ones that are on TikTok, round these knuckleheads up to. This is some sick and twisted stuff. This is a two-tier justice system, all right? But Donald Trump isn't the victim. He's the victor of a two-tier justice system, right, ladies and gentlemen? You know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Crying at the same time abusing our criminal justice system. This is some sick and evil crap. Give them what they deserve. A round of boos and shame. This is some sick stuff, MAGA. I don't know.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
I refuse to allow Donald Trump supporters to be victims around me. Not with this kind of mess going on. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me ask everyone. Let's do a quick poll. How many of you, put a 1 in the chat, how many of you think Donald Trump should have already been put in jail? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Donald Trump should have been put in jail by now. Put a 1 in chat. Put a 2 if you don't think he should have. I'm just trying to see what the consensus is amongst the American people. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing a poll of the live to see what are the majority of the people want. And I'm seeing a lot of ones. A lot of ones. So what this tells me is that despite what Donald Trump's posting on his social media platform, despite what I hear these fake TikTok hosts and these fake TikTok lawyers saying. The poll numbers are showing a majority of people believe that Donald Trump should be in jail. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I agree. Because this doesn't make any sense. Like he said, if it would have been you or I, jail. Ultimate MAGA reward would have been right there handed out, right? Let's move on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Trump campaign, Trump's social media. Hold on one second. Hold on. Trump's social media account shares a campaign video with a headline about a unified right. A video posted on Donald Trump's account on his social media network yesterday included references to a unified Reich among hypothetical news headlines that if he wins the election in November. The headline appears among messages flashing across the screen such as Trump wins, economy booms. Other headlines appear to be references to World War I. The word Reich is often largely associated with Nazi Germany, all right? Third Reich. Those references in the video Trump shared appeared to be references to the formation of modern pan-German nation, unifying smaller states into a single Reich or empire in 1871. The 30-second video appeared on Trump's account at a time when the presumptive Republican nominee for president was seeking to portray President Joe Biden as soft on anti-Semitism, has himself repeatedly faced criticism for using language and rhetoric associated with with Germany, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's like I've been saying, every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. Donald Trump right now is running the same playbook that Adolf ran with, right? He's doing it right here in front of our face. His supporters, they're doing the exact same thing. They're putting their hands up with the red hats. These folks are primed. They're primed. They're ready to do it. All right. And we in this country, if we do not stop this right here, right now, this fascism that's going on, we will find ourselves basically living under the Trump regime, where Donald Trump will then begin to seize the assets of everybody he thinks he could. All right. That includes you. He's already doing it to his supporters, right? He takes their money. It's not their money. It's his money. That's why he's not worried about anything. And that's why we got to stand up against Donald Trump. And whenever he starts to lie, spread those lies and say it's the Democrats, you say, no, sir. It's not the Democrats. It's you. It's you and your supporters that are tearing this country apart and ruining it. It is you and your supporters that need to be rounded up in mass and deported. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do, because we caught Donald Trump once again. We caught him once again acting like a fascist. Join me in giving him what he deserves. Another round of boos and shame. Corey. Corey, I'm not going to lose a single thing. Mark my word, Corey. All right, I'm not going to lose a single thing. Wherever you got that information from, I got to tell you, they lied to you. Where'd you get that from? Snuggles? All right. Do you not know the truth about Snuggles? Snuggles is a fake TikTok host. He doesn't know anything. He's a graduate, but you know where he got his degree from? He got his degree from Trump University, Corey. And you got your degree from Snuggles University, Corey. So that means you're really not the best and the brightest. If I were you, Corey, I'd do this. I'd zip it, Corey. If I were you, I'd zip it. And I'd sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. You don't know what the heck you're talking about, Corey. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Corey what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. Corey, I want you to do me a favor, Corey. I want you to get ready for Donald Trump to go to jail. Can you do that, Corey? And tell me what it takes for you to really prepare for Donald Trump to go to prison. Have you sent him all the money you can, Corey? All right? Have you divorced your wife? You left your children for them and went there and stood in line for them, Corey? I hear there's 2 benches that you can, behind Donald Trump. You can go sit in one of them. All right, you better get as much of Trump as you can, Corey, because the end is near. All right, and actually, you know what? This one's for you, Corey. Congressman says Trump ghosting testimony shows that he's guilty as hell. All right, Corey, come in. Listen to me real closely. This story's for you. Former president and current criminal defendant Donald Trump has effectively used his unique status as a man holding both of those seemingly antithetical titles to raise money for his presidential campaign and to question the legitimacy of the justice system. Trump's pitch doesn't work for everyone, but for his true believers, all right, and numerous GOP politicians who need his blessings to continue in their careers. Because y'all think of him like Jesus. Y'all got to be believers and get his blessings. Oh, my gosh. Trump has scored some victories in the so-called court of public opinion while he's been on trial. The public opinion court, of course, is very difficult with far less stringent set of rules than the Manhattan courtroom Trump is criminally being tried in, where his guilt or innocence will be determined by a jury, not a poll. Unlike public opinion, court rules that apply in the official court, where evidence is less spinnable, the facts less fungible, would seem to put Trump, a master spinner, at a disadvantage, especially as testimony taken under oath leaves less room for exaggeration and equivocation. But contrary to the narrative that Trump is better off in the court of public opinion than in a court governed by strict rules, U.S. Congressman Eric Swalwell, a Democrat of California, is emphasizing an aspect of the official legal protections that are at an advantage to Trump. The congressman asserts that in the court of public opinion, Trump should be held responsible in a way a jury is prevented from doing so, by holding Trump accountable for his promise to testify at his trial, a testimony that is not expected to materialize. He goes on to say, just a reminder, the jury absolutely cannot hold it against Trump because he's not testifying. The jury can't. But we, the American people, we can hold Donald Trump accountable for not testifying. If Trump promised you at a press conference that he'd testify and then he doesn't, you should conclude that he's guilty as hell. He's guilty as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, has Donald Trump testified yet? I'm just asking. Has Donald Trump testified yet? He promised us he would. Has he testified yet? Has anyone seen Donald or heard of him testifying? No. He's not going to? Well. So if Donald Trump promised us that he would testify and he doesn't testify, one must conclude that he's not going to testify because he's guilty as hell. Guilty as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I do this. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve, because his supporters are in my chat right now saying Donald Trump doesn't have to testify. And it's another situation that Donald Trump has gotten them in, right? The same guy on January 6th that said, and I'll be right there with you, and he didn't go to the Capitol and he sent them in. He's the one that said, and I'm going to testify. Right there, I'm going to testify. And he's not testifying, which only proves he's guilty as hell. And his supporters still don't see it. So we're going to help him see it. Let's give Donald Trump and his supporters another round of boos and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
All right, I got a round around the corner and get ready to open up the boxes. And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. It's January 6th time, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
Well, thank you very much. And you see the spirit from the hostages, and that's what they are, as hostages. They've been treated terribly and very unfairly, and you know that, and everybody knows that.
Get them out of here. They're not hostages. They're traitors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk January 6th. You know, a lot of these people that frequent my show, they've been sending me a lot of nasty messages. Zeus, could you please stop covering January 6th? It's getting old. This is old, Zeus. We don't want to hear about January 6th. And I said, you know what? You're right. I might not need to talk about it. But then I said, you know what? We're going to have to keep talking about January 6th as long as there's updates being provided. All right. That's number one. But then number two, I know that they're doing it again. What led up to January 6th? They're doing it right now with a few tweaks, ladies and gentlemen. Now they got more role players, members in Congress, actively promoting the lie right now so that when the poll results come out, they can justify doing what they tried on January 6th. All right, so bear with me for a quick second. A lot of people don't understand what happened on January 6th. And so what I'm going to do is help you all understand what happened on January 6th. Like I was saying earlier, Donald Trump was in a bad situation as it pertains to his reelection. He knew that he was going to lose because, number one, we had a nasty pandemic, right? We had a nasty pandemic. But then number two, the economy was in terrible, terrible shape, right? It was in terrible shape. So Donald Trump engineered a crime, a scheme that he felt if he pulled it off, it would help him remain in power illegally, but he thought it would work. What did that scheme consist of?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose. That's the big lie that he told his supporters. And so we all remember what happened. Election night happened and the results came and we all saw who won, right? It was President Joe Biden that won, not Donald Trump, right? So instead of conceding to Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen, what did Donald Trump do? What did he do? I'll tell you what he did. He came out and instead of conceding, he watered that seed of doubt that he had planted in the minds of his supporters.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight. And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right? Did he concede? No. He lied on top of the big lie. And then he went one step further.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Wow. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, he radicalized his supporters, and they went from being normal supporters to being modern-day Confederate soldiers for this guy, Donald J. Trump. And he took on the role of the modern-day Jefferson Davis. Yeah, he has a compound out in Florida at Mar-a-Lago. Fort Mar-a-Lago is what they call it, right? So now that he has his troops radicalized and ready for combat, what does Donald Trump decide to do? We all saw what he did. We all saw it. He did this. Hold on. Attention! All Trump supporters. This is what he said to them while they were wearing their red hats. I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very, very angry. Number one, I need you to sell everything that you have and send the proceeds to me. All right? Because that would make me feel a little bit better. But on top of that, I am going to need you all to meet me in Washington, D.C. at an event that I'm hosting. Not Nancy, not the FBI, not BLM or Antifa. This is an event I'm hosting. All right? Be there. Will be wild. Big protest. Washington, D.C. Stop the steal. This is what he told his soldiers. Did his soldiers question him after he did this, ladies and gentlemen? By a show, does anyone know of the Trump supporters when they received this invitation? Has anyone heard anything about them going, I don't know about that, Donald Trump? Has anyone heard any stories about how they said, you know what, sir? Nope, I don't think so. Did any of his supporters question him? Nope. They fell in line. Yes, sir! And we all saw what happened next. Ladies and gentlemen. It's no mystery. Remember, they said, how can we get to Washington, D.C.? And they said, I got a bright idea how we can get to Washington, D.C. They went and started renting these U-Haul trucks. And as you can see, there's a group of individuals. These are Trump supporters in the background. And look at these people looking at them. These are bystanders looking at this going, you can't make this stuff up. These Trump supporters, they rented U-Hauls. And I kid you not. They got in the back of the U-Hauls. By a show of hands, how many people out there have gotten in the back of U-Hauls by the dozen? How many of you out there have... How many people in this live have gotten in the back of these U-Hauls by the dozen? I'd like to talk to you right now. I would bring you up right now to tell me how comfortable it is in the back of a U-Haul. Anyone out there gotten in the back of one of these tuna cans? Anyone gotten in the back of one of these? Yo, baby daddy, have you? Okay, we don't have any fools out there today. I thought I was going to get somebody to say, yes, Zeus. I've been in the back. We have a volunteer. Let's go, Kel Bells. Kel Bells says she's been in the back of here and tell Zeus very quickly. Why did you get in the back of the U-Haul, Kel Bells?
Hey.
Yeah, why did you get in the back of the U-Haul?
I'm sorry, what was that? It cut out.
I said, you said you got in the back of a U-Haul like this before, right?
Yeah.
By the dozens with a bunch of other adults?
No, I missed that part.
Oh, you just did. Okay, so let me ask you, what were you doing in the back of the U-Haul?
Moving and holding stuff so it didn't fall.
Oh, you didn't go to the rally in D.C. in the back of a U-Haul. Okay.
No.
Oh, would you consider doing it for Donald Trump?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't do it for Joe Biden either.
Well. Listen, Kel, I'm gonna drop you, Kels, okay? Because you're messing up my rhythm, Kels. All right, listen, I'm so sorry, Kels, but listen. Now, where did my comment section go, ladies and gentlemen? Kel. The comment, there it is. We're talking about grown men getting in the back of U-Hauls, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Kels, I'm trying to explain to you what really happened. All right, now let me show you who was in the back of these U-Hauls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we got them. Let me see if I got them. Hold on a second, Kels. This is what I'm saying. They didn't ruin my mojo up here playing around with the truth. All right, hold on one second. There we go. So Kels. You know who was in the back of these U-Hauls? Let me show you, Kels. It was these knuckleheads right here. It was these knuckleheads. The Patriot Front. The Proud Boys. The Boogaloo Boys. Yeah, the Oath Keepers. And you know what's so interesting about this? ladies and gentlemen, is they're wearing masks. And we all know that this was during the pandemic when they said, I can't breathe if you make me wear a mask. But isn't it so funny? Isn't it so funny that they had no problem putting on those masks when it was time to be racist, right? This is MAGA, ladies and gentlemen. This is MAGA, all right? And so we all remember what happened next. They all made it to Washington, D.C. And when they got to Washington, D.C., they received their marching orders from someone we like to call Lieutenant Marjorie Trader Greene. You know who Marjorie Trader Greene is? By the way, we suspect she may have been the pipe bomber, right? When they got to Washington, D.C., this is what they heard from Marjorie.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building. Finished with our meetings here at the White House this afternoon. We had a great planning session for our January 6th objection. We aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden and the Democrats. President Trump won by a landslide. Call your House reps, call your senators from your states. We've got to make sure they're on board. We already have a lot of people engaged. Okay, stay tuned.
Right. So that's the Trump supporters receiving an update from one of their lieutenants, Marjorie Trader Greene. These people are ready to rock and roll for Donald J. Trump. And so you know what happens next, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly what happens. Remember this guy, Mike Pence? There was a conversation that took place in the White House between Donald Trump and his vice president, Mike Pence. Hey, Pence, I got everything in motion, right? What do you mean, Mr. Former President? Well, I got the fake elector scheme in motion.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
So I got the fake elector scheme in motion, and I got my soldiers waiting for me at the ellipse, Pence. The only thing left, Pence, is for you to do what I requested you do. Not certify those votes for Joe Biden. And you know what Pence did that day, ladies and gentlemen? He did something he doesn't normally do. He grew a little spine and he stood up to the President of the United States and said, Mr. President, with all due respect, I can't do that for you. Because that would require me to place you above the United States Constitution, a document that our founding fathers, the framers, they fought and bled for. A document that even to this day, Americans continue to fight and die for. I cannot do it, Mr. President. So what did Donald Trump do? He leaned in. His breath was smelling like cheeseburgers and Diet Coke. You know what your problem is, Mr. Pence? You're a little too honest. And then he called him the nasty P word. The same P word that you heard him use in the Access Hollywood tape. I'll take care of it myself. Security! Take me to the ellipse to be with my Confederate soldiers. Sir, those people are armed. They got tactical gear. They got brass knuckles. I mean, these people got demon spray. You don't even know what... I've never heard of demon spray. They had bear spray, but they had demon spray. Demon spray is when they spray you and you end up infected with the MAGA demon. We don't think it's safe. I'm the president. They're not bringing that stuff there to harm me. Take me to be with my soldiers. Yes, sir, Mr. President, and Secret Service, they take him to the ellipse. When he gets to the ellipse, ladies and gentlemen, we all remember what happened. He gets to the ellipse, and he sees a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots for Donald Trump. And he says, you know what? Let's encourage these people to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right. They always say, Zeus, you forgot to play the whole thing where he said peacefully and all this. That's not what he said. You know what else he said? Maybe you forgot about it, but let's revisit what he said. Maybe they forgot about it. Let me make sure you all understand what Donald Trump said.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
So, let's have trial by combat.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Trump wants to save America from corrupt Democrats. Luke, what makes the Democrats corrupt? Trump doesn't care about America. All he cares about is you sending him money. Luke, don't do that, Luke. Listen to what I'm saying, all right? You don't know anything, Luke. You came to my show long enough to know you don't know anything. Now let's get back to this conversation that was taking place. All right. So Donald Trump, you can hear him encouraging his soldiers to be violent.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
So, let's have trial by combat.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
This is what was going on in the minds of the Trump supporters that day. They came to fight. They really did. How many of you remember, Luke, do you remember Ashley Babbitt, Luke? Luke, be honest. Oh, Slash, this proves nothing. Slash, do you remember who Ashley Babbitt is? Let me show you who Ashley Babbitt is. Slash, do you remember this woman? Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Babbitt went to the United States Capitol. She was fully radicalized. She heard Donald Trump say, fight like hell. She heard Donald Trump say, let's have trial by combat. She heard Donald Trump say, and I'm going to go to the Capitol with you. She was ready to go. This is Donald Trump's foot soldier. And we have Ashley Babbitt on audio right before she met her end at the United States Capitol. Let's listen to what Ashley Babbitt was saying. Slash, I hope you're there. Luke, I hope you're still there. And I want you to explain this to me, Slash and Luke.
District, why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant carrot. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. You people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
Capitol and a mob. There's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on the ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue. Patriots for Trump.
A sea of nothing but red, white, and blue. Patriots for Trump. So there's no more BLM or Antifa dressed up in Trump gear. There's no more FBI Ghostbusters. There's no more FBI. It's Ashley Babbitt, boots on the ground, confirming this is 100% MAGA. And we all know what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? We all know what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? We have the moment right before Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield for Donald Trump. Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the United States Capitol because of Donald Trump and his big lie. Had Donald Trump not lied and said that the election was stolen, she would have never been there. But she became a foot soldier for Donald Trump that day, ladies and gentlemen, and she lost her life in the battlefield. And what did Donald Trump do? What did Donald Trump do, ladies and gentlemen, as commander-in-chief of the United States and as the commander-in-chief of these Confederate soldiers? What did he do when he lost one of his soldiers in the battlefield that day? What did he do?
Some information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol and was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
A non-reaction. He didn't care. Someone in my comments said she was a true patriot. Well, why didn't he treat her like a true patriot when she lost her life? You have no answers for that, MAGA. It just goes to show how heartless and evil. Thank you, Daisy. Oh, that's so cute. It just goes to show how heartless and evil Donald Trump is and how pathetic and lame his supporters are. Not even, I bet you there's not a supporter in here that shed a tear over Ashley Babbitt, and yet you go around TikTok trying to act like you care. You don't care about her, just like Donald Trump doesn't care about her. This is some sick stuff you've gotten this country into, MAGA. It really is. And that's the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen. The way millions of us Americans recall it. We don't need Mike Johnson to release any more footage to describe what happened that day. We all saw it with our own two eyes. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have another update about a MAGA demon who's been brought to justice once again because of their conduct on January 6th. And this story is definitely one for the history books. This is one for the history books. And it involves Judge Tanya Chutkan. All right? A high-level United States Capitol riot defendant openly and brazenly predicted that he would be cleared of all charges by the re-election of former President Donald J. Trump this fall. John Bonellos of Illinois, accused of firing a loaded pew-pew in a mob while outside of the Capitol on January 6, interrupted his arraignment proceedings on Monday with blistering criticism for his court-appointed defense lawyer, denunciations of the District of Columbia, and vulgarity in his verbal exchanges with the judge. When urged by Washington, D.C. federal judge Tanya Chutkan to be careful about what he said in open court, Bonello told the judge, this is what he told the judge, ladies and gentlemen, word for word. Quote, Trump is going to be in office in 6 months, so I have nothing to worry about. What? What? Wow. Judge Chutkan again told Bonellos to be cautious with public statements about the case. Look at this MAGA demon right here, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Though other January 6 defendants have expressed hope for a future presidential pardon, Bonello's statement was an explicit reference in a judicial setting. Trump posted on social media earlier this year that among his first actions, that if he returned to the White House, it would be to free the J6 hostages from being wrongfully imprisoned. According to the Justice Department, Bonellos was captured on film as he climbed the scaffolding being used to prepare the Capitol for Joe Biden's inaugurations. Prosecutors alleged he waved to the crowd, pulled out his pew-pew, and fired 2 shots in the air. The Justice Department filed charges against him in March, noting that Bonello raised his jacket to reveal his pew-pew in his waistband. He then moved to the south side of the West Plaza, where he was part of a crowd that had breached the police line. The allegations against him prompted questions about claims to some Trump supporters that January 6th was not an armed insurrection. He faces multiple charges that are uncommon in J6 cases, including entering in a restricted building with a deadly weapon or firearm, or unlawful possession of a pew-pew at the Capitol. Listen up. This is where it gets a little more interesting. He had multiple outbursts during arraignment, during which his court-appointed attorney entered a not guilty plea. 39-year-old Bonellos derided the public defender assigned to him to represent him as he called him a public pretender. Bonellos told Judge Tanya Chutkin, quote, "They're effing with me." Bro, nobody cares about J6. Only liberals bring that. Okay, Simon. All right, Simon, when I get done, I want to talk straight to you. All right, do you have enough followers, Simon? We'll talk about this, J6. Oh, Simon, get out of here. You only got 100 followers. Leave me alone. He told Judge Tanya Chutkin, "They're effing with me." Chutkin disputed the criticism and told Bonellos he's been given high-level, knowledgeable defense attorneys by the court. Bonellos openly questioned why he's set to be transferred from a holding facility in Chicago to a pre-trial detention facility in or near Washington, D.C. He goes, quote, "I fear for my life in D.C." He then asked Judge Tanya Chutkin, "Why am I still being held? Why others aren't?" Chutkin told Bonellos the January 6 cases are all being prosecuted in Washington, D.C. because that was the location of the crime. Defendants who are ordered held in detention pending trial in Capitol riot cases are transferred to Washington, D.C. area. The judge also told Bonellos that the pretrial detention order was due to a magistrate judge's determination that Bonellos poses a risk to the safety of the community or a flight risk. Chutkin also said she might be asked to review Bonellos' pretrial detention if Bonellos' defense attorney files a motion that asks her to do so. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Thank God Judge Tanya Chutkin is overseeing this situation, and she has no problem applying the rule of law to these insurrectionists, to these treasonous traitors. Thank you, Jess. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that Bonello has been brought to justice, you know what we must do. Join me in giving him what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. Bye-bye, Bonello. And you know what? Since he's been brought to justice, let's send him off the old-fashioned way. You want it to be a Confederate soldier? You want it to be a soldier so bad, right? Well, let's send him off the old-fashioned way, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to begin by addressing that heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that, MAGA? You hear what he just said. To those of you who broke the law, you will pay. Isn't that something? Isn't that something, ladies and gentlemen? This is the same one that lured you to the United States Capitol. This is the same one that lied to you. Now, all of a sudden, you don't represent this country.
You heard? We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
You hear that, MAGA? When are you going to realize that Donald Trump is playing you all like a fiddle? You know how y'all like to say the rest of the world is laughing at you? You know why they're laughing at you, MAGA? I'll tell you why. D Moore, I'll talk to you in just a second when I get done with this broadcast. All right, I'm almost done. You know why the rest of the world is laughing at you, MAGA? Let me explain it to you. All right, maybe you don't see Donald Trump the way a lot of us see him. All right, you listen to a man that does exactly, he's running a circus, number one, all right? And you know he's running a circus because he does what a clown does. A clown does this. A clown puts on makeup, right? Donald Trump does the same thing. Melania, don't I look so good, Melania? Does the same thing a clown does. A clown puts on that wig. You seen the wig? Donald Trump does the same thing. He puts that bird's nest smack dab right there on his cranium. Every day he does this. Ooh, my supporters love it when I flip my hair over like that. Ooh, I look so good. And then, you know, a clown, he wears that little jumpsuit with the thing around its waist. Donald Trump does the same thing. He puts that diaper on. You can see it bulging around him. Look, go ahead and look. All right, he's wearing a diaper, for Christ's sakes. And then he puts on that crumpled blue suit with the red ridiculous tie. Now he's changing the colors because I think he's been listening to my broadcast. And he goes, I got to trick these people to make them think I'm not doing that. Let me change the color of the tie. But it's still the same crumpled blue suit. It's tacky. It's trashy. It ain't classy. And he gets onto his social media platform and he lies to you all. And y'all eat it right up. Y'all believe him. He comes out with new ways to get money out of your pockets. He's selling you golden tennis shoes. Wow. He sells you hats that are made in other countries. They're not made in America. Those hats are made in Vietnam, China. He don't care as long as he's getting you to send. He's actually selling stocks too. You know, how many of you got stocks in Donald Trump? He's been found to have committed fraud for decades. All right. And you all are still supporting him. You're darn right the rest of the world is laughing at you. They're not laughing at Zeus because they know Zeus doesn't play that. They know a majority of Americans don't play any of this send Donald Trump money because, after all, he's supposed to be a billionaire and he's supposed to be a successful businessman. The only people that support Donald Trump are his loyal followers who he is referred to as poorly educated. He loves you. Go home now. This guy, he invited you to Washington, D.C. At an event he was hosting called Stop the Steal. And then he gets on TV and says, go home now. I love you. Yeah. No wonder they're out here crying, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder they are out here crying.
To the Christians, do not be deceived. Stop thinking that everybody who waves a flag and shouts freedom is your friend and a good person because we have people like this trying to join up in the movements. I found this out the hard way.
You did.
I found it out the hard way.
I know. We told you.
Not everybody is in things for the same reasons you are.
I tried to tell you, lady.
I was in the People's Convoy, and what a fucking disappointment that ended up being.
Keep it clean now, lady.
What a disappointment.
I know Donald
to
Trump.
Find out that these people that you were with, they weren't like you. They didn't care about the country. They were a bunch of grifting motherfucking live streamers that wanted to make money off of the people in America who were hardworking and sending their money. Little old ladies, old men nothing to find out that the people involved, a lot of the people involved that are involved in this convoy right here were really bad people.
Oh!
They were bad people who did not care about the causes that they joined. They used them for their own
Get it
profit.
out. Get it out. Yeah.
How sad is that?
It is sad.
When there's people who really, really fucking care. There's people who really sacrifice for the causes. They sacrifice for the causes. For real. It's in their hearts. And these kinds of motherfuckers come.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's a MAGA demon who's broken down and began to cry because she's realized that everyone in the MAGA cult was in on the scheme, and now she doesn't have any money. I don't allow Trump supporters to be victims around me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've opened up the boxes. All right, it's time to hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and to tell the truth. All right, the boxes are now open. All right. And so what I want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, this is real MAGA. This is real MAGA. These people are crying because they come to my show. They listen to not just what I say, but to what my friends are out here saying as well. And when you go and do the math, right? Remember, one, if you had more money in your pocket while Trump was president, we've already addressed that. You owe Barack Obama the credit for that. But if you don't have any money, then I say, well, go look at your bank account right now, MAGA, any of you, and tell me, you don't have any money, right? But Donald Trump has money. Do you understand what's happening? Do you understand what's happening? You're giving your money to Donald Trump. That's why you're suffering. And this lady, she realized that. Oh, yeah. I really believed in freedom. I really drank that Kool-Aid. And now I don't have any money. I keep telling you, that ultimate MAGA reward ain't no joke. All right, let's bring up our first guest, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good. How you doing, my brother?
Good morning, Mr. Zeus. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as
I see
usual.
that. I see that.
How are you doing?
I'm still holed up in the hospital.
Oh my God.
They're talking about potential emergency surgery later this afternoon, but
oh my
we'll see how
goodness.
it pans out.
Well, you know, we're sending our love your way. All right, seriously. All
I
right,
appreciate that, man. You know, I always appreciate that.
Yeah,
So
that's.
I'm sitting here, Zeus, and I'm watching the comments go by.
What are they saying?
And once again, I'm seeing the radical right, extremely victimized snowflakes of the conservative men. Okay, when you say something that is factual, instead of them going to look it up, they'll just call you a liar.
Oh.
They'll never go and look it up for themselves, or try to get more clarity on what it is you may be talking about.
Right.
Well, I've had to do that before. Like, the hell is Zeus talking about? And I've had to go and look. Oh, okay, I remember hearing about that. So I read a little bit further into the story and educate myself on it.
Right.
They won't do that. They literally just sit here, call you a liar. Somebody just wrote a comment a few minutes ago. Obama didn't do jack but push racism. I'm like, Obama pushed racism because he was black. Y'all those are the ones that kept it alive.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they see it as racism is Barack Obama was black. That was the racism.
You're not lying, Swerve. That's the only thing they got on Obama. They don't got anything else. They don't have any indictments on them. They don't have any scandals on them. Nothing.
They have 8 years. That man hasn't had to hire one attorney for anything. He hasn't had to hire one attorney for anything. And then you take somebody like Donald Trump, who has left this trail of lawsuits in his wake, multiple attorneys having their law license suspended or revoked. You know, Mark Meadows and Uzi Giuliani, they're being arraigned today. They're being arraigned today in Arizona. Why?
Oh,
because
really?
they went to bat for this man, and it didn't pan out. So how many more people are going to lose their livelihoods over
Right.
this fool. How many more of y'all are gonna sit here and complain about high gas prices while you're wearing that $40 Trump 2024 hat that was made in China? You're sitting here complaining about egg prices, but yet you got your Trump 2024 Speedo on, covered in your Trump 2024 peanut butter. You got all of that stuff on,
Get him, Swerve.
but then you sit here and, oh, I can't believe how high the cost of eggs is. When my wife goes and buy eggs, and I don't know where these people buying these eggs from, we get 18 eggs, 18 extra grade A large eggs for
Yeah.
like $1.99 to $2.15,
Yeah.
$2.15. So what in the blue F are they talking about? I can't afford. If you can't afford eggs, probably should have thought about that before you put the lift kit on your big old truck.
Right.
Probably should have thought about that before you went and spent all this money on your Donald Trump paraphernalia. Probably
Right.
should have thought about that before you started spending your money going to these emotional support rallies.
Right.
None of that was a fleeting thought. Then, oh my God, Joe Biden has ruined the world deflation. He has ruined the world's economy with all this high inflation.
Is inflation a problem only in the United States, Swerving, or?
No, it's a world problem, which
Mm.
leads them to believe that somehow Joe Biden is part of the cabal that is running the world now. The
Wow.
new world order.
Does anyone out there believe in the cabal and that Joe Biden is part of that? Does anyone out there believe that? Because I would love to get you to come up here real quickly and explain why you believe that. I'm looking out there, Swerve. If you don't mind, Swerve, I'm looking for a
Oh no,
MAGA.
no, not at all, not at all.
I'm looking for you to find a Trump supporter out here that can actually explain that to us because I've heard it before. Look at that. None
No,
of them want to put any meat on that bone
and
today.
Zeus, I have often said, like if you're a big wrestling fan, like I was way back in the day, you can't have the New World Order without Scotty Hall, without Randy Macho Man
Amen.
Savage. They were the New World Order. Hulk
Right.
Hogan, Sting. That was your New World Order. The
Yeah.
NWO, the
Jake
NWO
the Snake.
Wolfpack, Jake the Snake. You can't have none of that without them.
Right.
So I don't understand where these people are coming from, talking all this smack about, oh, we ain't got this, we ain't got that. You still got the same freedoms you've had
Cuban hippie.
before
Thank
Joe
you.
Biden was president.
Yes.
I can't think of a single freedom I've lost
I can't either.
since
He's
Joe
actually
Biden has become president.
he's trying to actually protect our freedoms, and that's
I
the most
can,
bizarre thing out here that they don't get it.
what I can't think of is some educational benefits that we've lost,
Mm-hmm.
and I can think of some books that we've lost, and I can think of a group of people in this country known as women who have lost. And I can think of other members of the BIPOC communities and the LGBTQI plus communities who have lost, behind this racist bigotry and hateness.
Right.
Because that's all they do. They use their Bible to justify their bigotry and their hatred.
Bingo.
That's it. That's
Tell
it.
him.
So listen, brother. No, I heard my bail. I'm not gonna. I don't want to nutty up your lives. He's
You
been
don't
doing
want to
that.
nutty it up.
No, he's been doing that quite a bit lately. I'm gonna
Nutty,
say
cut
this
it
on
out.
the drop, and then
All
like
right, go
5 minutes
ahead.
later. So,
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
no, you know I love you, brother. We still the bad boys.
All right.
Bad boys for life.
All right,
All
and
right.
good luck on your procedure. All right, brother. Let us know if you're okay once you're okay. All right.
Well, that's it. They're still trying to decide if they're going to do it or not.
Okay. All right.
But
Well,
we'll see what
lots,
happens. I'll keep you
lots of.
guys posted one way or the
Thank
other.
you, thank you, thank you. All right,
All
and we're
right.
sending our love your way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's
Thank
give
you,
it up
sir.
to
To the
brother
kingdom,
Swerve.
as I always say, to the kingdom, y'all have fun.
And
Be safe while you're doing it, and goddamn it, be well out there.
bingo, bingo, bingo.
See
Same
you,
with
Zeus.
you.
Be good, brother.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give brother Swerve a round of applause. No lies detected. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about me and what I'm saying. It's really about getting Americans to also be a part of this dialogue. That's why I bring panelists up. All right, and try to get them to actually share the truth out. And so I thank all of you who really do have the courage to come up here and share the truth. I also deal with people who don't agree with me, but I ask that if you do send Zeus a guest request, you actually come up here and try to put some meat on the bone. Don't just come up here and start spewing your little right wing talking points, all right, as if we all haven't been paying attention. All right, we all see what's happening in this country. All right, we all see it, so don't get up here and try to trick us. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you doing?
What's going on, Zeus, my brother? How you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
As usual, as usual. So, I just wanted to get in here and talk about that trial that has been going on now that everybody's resting their case.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
you heard about the defense bringing up Mr. Costello, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So you heard about who he used to represent. He used to represent Dirty Booty, Judy Colludy, Jiggly
Nasty.
Booty.
Rudy, dirty in the tootie booty, whatever his name. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jiggly Booty Collude, yeah, him.
And
And
Rudy still owes some money, right?
he owe him money. Rudy owe everybody. Rudy just out here owing everybody. He just on, and I'm gonna talk about him in a minute too. But then also he represented Steve Bannon.
Who's also a defendant / criminal.
Exactly. He was the attorney, I guess, the defense attorney that told Bannon not to go and testify for the Congress. And guess where that got Steve Bannon?
In contempt. All right.
In contempt.
Bingo. Bingo.
So my thing is, you MAGA sexuals out here, y'all out here simping a diaper man who is bringing criminals to trial.
Yeah.
Criminals up on the actual, and who had the nerve to even try to test Judge Marchand's gangster yesterday.
Bingo. I
And
heard
he had
about
to,
this.
yeah, Judge Marchand had to let him know, like, you gonna stare me down? Clear my courtroom. Because he had to get them straight.
Right.
When you're dealing with crooks, this is the result. This is the result. Trump runs with crooks. Trump
Bingo.
is a crook.
Right.
Trump will never stop being a crook unless we go ahead and take care of him. We, the people, put him in his place.
Now let me ask you a question before you. So the defense thing is they're trying to prove that Michael Cohen is a liar and a thief, right?
I guess that's their aim, but we already know Michael Cohen's a liar. I mean, like, duh. How many different ways do we need to know that Michael Cohen's a liar? And also, Michael Cohen already said, yeah, I took the money because number one, I don't feel that he should have took the money because he already knows he's dealing with a crook. He knows Donald Trump. Donald Trump does not pay people. Donald Trump is a thief himself. So why not get your money off the top? I mean, I did all the work. I'm saving your butt from losing this election. I'm gonna get my money.
And let's clarify. You're saying that with the criminal mindset.
With the criminal mindset.
So we're not shocked that Michael Cohen was operating as a criminal.
Exactly.
That's what Donald Trump wanted him to do.
That's what all of his surrogates, they're all criminal minded. Yep. They're all criminal minded. And when you're with people who are criminal minded, you all think the same. He was trying to run a small mafia. That's what he thought he was, the boss, the actual boss. I got a call. Sorry.
All right,
I got a call. But he thought he was the boss.
Yes.
But just to move forward and back to Rudy Dirty Booty could Julie Jiggle Booty, this dummy. Yeah. So you heard about his 80th birthday party. It was a blast.
Yeah,
he had all the females in the picture. He had all the ladies, right?
Wasn't enough ain't enough blue dolphins to help that, by the way. But please keep going.
Right, exactly. So he decides he want to be big criminal, right? He want to be on the run, huh? He want to run from the Arizona DOJ. He want to run. Then he decides a great idea to post his criminal activity online on social media where everybody can see it.
Wow.
Go ahead, Susan.
No. Go. Please continue. Please carry
on. And what I was gonna say, the funniest part about the whole deal is as he's posting, "Come find me, cause you can't find me, and you gotta serve me by tomorrow." Guess where they were? In the parking lot, just looking at all his guests come in and out. Yeah, they were in the parking lot looking at all his guests come to his party. And when he brought his old jiggly booty, dirty booty out, they said, "Mr. Juliana." He turned around. "Oh, are you talking to me? Oh, sir, you've been served. You've been served.
Tag, you found me over here lit. Oh my God! Wow.
I was litty for a minute, but you served me. So guess what? You got to show up. You got to show up to court today, sir. This is what we are dealing with. 80 years old, still trying to play criminal mind games. You're 80, sir.
Yeah. This is a criminal mindset at work. This is what happens when you catch them. Yes, it makes absolutely no sense what they're saying or doing, but in their world, it makes perfect sense.
Exactly. And Charles, what does it say? McGilligan. He said, "Why should we believe he's telling the truth now?" Are you speaking of Michael Cohen? Because what does Michael Cohen got to lie for? He's already been to prison. He's lost his law license. He's already had almost losing his wife, his family, his children. He lost his businesses. What in the world else is this man gonna lose by lying on old frumpy dump stanky Trump?
Bingo. Nothing. Exactly, Miss Morningstar.
Y'all need to use common sense. All right, I heard my bell, Zeus. I'm going to get up out of here. But yeah, thanks for letting me up, Zeus.
All right, thank you for having the courage to come up here.
You take care.
All right.
Keep fighting these old MAGA demons, MAGA sexual demons.
I will and I shall. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to this Morningstar. No lies detected. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show of force. We don't have any Trump supporters in the queue, which tells me that they really don't have anything. They don't have anything new to share out, and that they are definitely afraid of what's about to happen to their cult leader, which is exactly where I want MAGA. I want MAGA to be fearful of what's being said in this live. I seriously do. Okay, all right. Good morning, Miss April. Long time no see. How are you doing, Miss April?
I've been working and I was sick for a while, so I wasn't around. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're feeling better now, right?
Oh yeah. I'm all good now. Woohoo!
Good.
We over it.
Good. I'm so happy to hear from you and know that you're okay. I've seen you live, though.
I came back. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, I started doing the lives again.
All right.
So, I've got something to follow up with Miss Morningstar. My video's not getting enough views for everyone to see this.
Okay.
So I found this. It's from 2018, and it's Giuliani. It takes about a minute. So it's Giuliani talking to Hannity. Okay. So everybody listen to this. Is from 2018.
Let's go.
That's right. Having to do with paying some Stormy Daniels woman $130,000. I mean, which is going to turn out to be perfectly legal.
Oh.
That money was not campaign money. Sorry, I'm giving you a fact now that you don't know. It's not campaign money.
It's good. What?
No campaign finance violation. So they funneled it through the law firm. Funneled through the law firm, and the president repaid it.
Yep. Wait.
Oh,
it gets better.
No, he did. Yeah. There's no campaign finance law. Zero. So the president, just like Sean. So when this decision was made by everybody was nervous about this from the very beginning. I wasn't. I knew how much money Donald Trump put into that campaign. I said, 130,000. He's going to do a couple of checks for 130,000. When I heard Cohen's retainer of 35,000, when he was doing no work for the president, I said, that's how he's repaying. That's how he's repaying it.
He just let it all out.
And a little margin for paying taxes for Michael, the president.
He said it exactly.
I rest my case, right?
I rest my case.
Wow.
He even saw it. He said, oh, these little 35,000. Oh, that's how he's going to repay. And if you'll notice, Giuliani said, yeah, he funneled it.
Yeah.
Through the legal system.
Yeah.
He funneled it through his lawyer.
Yeah. Does anyone think Rudy is lying? Because it didn't seem like he was lying to me. It made perfect sense when you line it up with all of the witness testimony that I've heard and the checks that we've seen. It all lines up. Donald Trump is a criminal. Not that difficult to imagine.
Absolutely, and what it got falls back. See, they were in such a defense of it not being a campaign finance, that they didn't pull the money from there.
Yeah.
They weren't looking at the other laws that were in place, for intent to disrupt or the campaign, the whole
Right.
election thing.
Yeah.
So I found that and I went, holy crap! This was with 2018.
Wow. Wow.
This
Wow.
You
Well,
gotta dig, people.
well. April. One more question, right? Why do you think? Because they're saying that they waited too long to bring this case to Donald Trump. Why do you think it took so long, in your estimation?
Well, when all this came out, and then you're seeing the buildup was in 2018. They couldn't bring it in 2018.
Bingo.
They couldn't. He was a sitting president.
Bingo. So that's the answer, MAGA. That's the first part of it, right? And then the second thing is the federal case that they were going to bring. From what I understand, Bill Barr squashed it.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Bill
did.
Barr squashed the federal side of this, but there was a case. So when you pair that with this evidence that we have, the man is as good as guilty.
Giuliani saw it.
Yep.
He's not even getting, he said, I saw this, I wasn't nervous because, they were trying to defend taking money out of the campaign, using the campaign money. But that wasn't the charge. So listen, he funneled it through his lawyer. He stated that right there.
Yeah.
And even Hannity said it. And Hannity was like, so he did pay it. And he said, yes, he did. So it's all there. I just love the facts that we can come back and we can see all this. And MAGA is so blind.
Yeah.
That they're so in defense of him that they can't see the forest for the trees. It's crazy. It's amazing.
It is. But you know what? We're going to continue to beat them over the head with the facts, April. And once again, thank you for having the courage to come up here and share that information out. All right. You said you posted a video on it, right? So we can go watch it.
Yeah, and it's not getting a lot of views because, I've been quiet for a while. So you know how your views get. I gotta get back up.
Fair enough.
So I just wanted everyone. I was in the live with you. I was the one to give Rowdy the information when he brought it up because I want that spread everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna help get it out there.
This was 2018. So yeah. But thank you for having me up, Zeus, and you have a great day, sweetie.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful April a round of applause. No lies detected. All right, let's bring up the next panelist. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We have a MAGA demon, brave enough to get in the box.
Hello.
What brings you to see Zeus?
I gotta say, this is the final court hearing of the year, and we are winning as always. How's everybody doing?
What are you winning exactly? Is Donald Trump still in the? Wait. Is he still in court?
Almost, but listen, we got our pizza bet and your soul food bet, right?
I get that, but is he still in the courtroom, right. Snuggles? Have any of the cases been dismissed?
Court has adjourned right now.
No. I'm saying, have any of these cases been dismissed? I don't get why you're winning. I really don't.
I see your fingers on the button right there, but let me just tell you this:
if you start lying, I'm going to have to drop you.
But we have our soul food. We still have our soul food bet, right? Soul food for pizza, because they don't know about our bet going on right here. Can you please tell them?
No, that's not. I get all of that, but I want to ask you to be honest for once.
Yes.
All right.
I'm being honest. I just want you to tell them about our bet.
No. I got to ask you a question. Why do you think Donald Trump actually slept with Stormy Daniels? Because I've talked to some of your friends, and a lot of your friends are saying they don't think this happened. Do you think it happened?
That remains to be seen. I don't think it happened. But I'm not.
Be honest.
Maybe it did. Courtesy of, I think Michael Cohen paid for the lap dance for him.
Oh, okay. So you think he did sleep with Stormy Daniels, right?
Right. It was kind of a gift, thinking that he was going to go to the president's office. Cohen thought he was going to be there, but it was a gift. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now that we established, and I'm glad that you and I can agree that he did do this. Do you think that he was trying to hide it from Melania, or do you think he was trying to hide it from the American people? If you had to roll the
Um,
dice.
it goes around the world. Everybody cheats, somewhere or another in their life.
But do you think he was
But
hiding it from Melania or do you think he was hiding it from the American people? All right, because your answer really carries a lot of weight, and so I'm hoping you can at least be honest about this.
do you honestly think Melania really loves Trump? I mean, he's not a good-looking guy. You be honest about that.
So you're saying Trump is ugly?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Tell me you don't think Melania is being faithful. Give me a break.
So you think their relationship is transactional?
I think he has an open relationship with Melania. Melania, you think Melania honestly can go to sleep? I mean, I'm a Republican, right? Do you think Melania would sleep with that thing? Please. You're smiling too. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. I would never sleep with an 80-year-old, and I'm Melania's age. I would want her for her money.
So
absolutely.
Okay.
Anybody would, Democrat or Republican. Give me a break.
Okay. So I mean, it sounds like you're warming up to being a little honest today, which is amazing. It seems like Zeus
I'm
is
with
actually.
you.
It seems like I'm making a little bit of progress out here lately.
Right? Do you think Melania is getting a little side action? A little bit.
Melania is not on trial. Melania is not on trial.
No. I'm just asking, just out of conversation. Do you think Melania?
Well, perhaps. I mean, like you said, right? But that doesn't change. That doesn't change anything. The main thing is, so now that you and I agree that Donald Trump and Melania have an open relationship, that pretty much eliminates him trying to hide this from his family, right?
I don't know if he was actually hiding anything. I mean,
no, but it does, because that's the main defense, right? He was trying to keep this from Melania.
Right.
So I thank you, Snuggles, because
I do have a customer, bro.
Here. Oh, okay, all right. Well,
yeah, I love you, man.
Okay, well, keep up the wins, all right? Keep winning, ladies and gentlemen. That was interesting, right? Snuggles kind of. This only proves one thing: Donald Trump is guilty, ladies and gentlemen. Join me in giving Snuggles what he deserves. All right. Number one:
struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the way. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Got a long way to go, Snuggles. You still get it. He still gets it. But to all of you Snuggle fanatics out there, you heard what Snuggles said. That Donald Trump is ugly and that Melania and him have an open relationship. So that defense that he was trying to just keep this from Melania, it goes right out the window. And it leads us down that direction we all know. He did it to hide it from the American people. This was a form of election interference. Thank you, Snuggles, for giving me that nice little piece of truth this morning. All right, moving along. Let's bring up my good friend. Yeah, we don't trust Snuggles. Absolutely, we don't trust Snuggles. No way. We do not trust him. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. Oh, Shay, I thought you were here, Shay. I guess you dropped out, Shay. Send another guest request. Good morning, my good friend, Miss Boss Diva. How are you doing?
Scheduled between 10 a.m.
Are you there, Miss Boss Diva? Are you there? I think she's preoccupied, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll come. Boss Diva, send us a guest request and we'll finish it up. All right. There it is. There's Shay. All right.
I was trying to save a couple of photos onto the iPad real quick.
Okay.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
We are all righty then. How are you?
Awesome. I am good. Let's see what I got here. Just want to ask, Trump supporters a question, if I can. We had this pop up.
Talk to him, Shay.
Information, right? So, in 2015, I saw the schmazzy rhetoric, right, coming out of Trump and his minions, and I warned people about it and the eerie similarities, the attack on the press, the control of the message, boasting about military all the time, making America great again. America First policies, all of that. Okay, so there's a lot of tie-ins that you can do that absolutely that wannabe fascist leaders are trying to do. And so here's the deal. So he gets into the office. We're still trying to educate people about this. He's been out of office almost 4 years. He's trying to get back in, right? And at this point, he has absolutely nothing to lose, right? Absolutely. He's either going to win or lose the election. At this point, they're no longer hiding. They're no longer hiding the message. They're no longer hiding the intent of the MAGA message. As we've often told everyone, making America great again implies that they want to go back to the old days. They want to go back in time. It doesn't have anything to do with it, because to me, our country is great. Now, it has its problems, but I already feel it's still one of the better countries you can live in, right?
Correct.
So that's the only reason. So when this video comes out, right, it's a propaganda video for him. He posted on his Truth Social, and in the taglines, it says that MAGA is wanting to develop a unified Reich.
Yeah. Wow.
And it says it twice in the video, right?
Yeah.
And Reich means reign in German, just so you understand what the Third Reich was about. And that was for them to rule over 100 years, right? That is what Schmittler talked about. And so when you have MAGA absolutely telling you, and you hear as Trump supporters saying, then Don Jr.'s next, then maybe Barron, then maybe this, they literally want a king. They literally want a monarchical, autocratic type government, i.e. fascist, leader, strong leader. You know how they always talk about strong.
And they do him with the Rambo body with his abs protruding and stuff. They try to make Trump sound like that, right?
Yeah. So the message is very clear. And what's so sad to me is that the Trump supporters are not waking up, because I think there's several that want that. Many of them are just voting because, well, I'm Republican, I'm conservative, I'm Christian, I want closed borders, right? And they're not seeing.
Wait a minute, Your Majesty. He said he said that you're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Let's see
I
if
wish
Your
I
Majesty.
was, Tom.
Let's see if you don't mind.
Man. I wish I was lying. Honestly.
I invited Your Majesty up here, Shay, so that you can explain, so he can tell us how you're lying. Please bear with me, Your Majesty. Come on up here, Your Majesty. If you're gonna put something like that, because I've talked to you before. And there's no reason for you to be saying this about Shade.
Absolutely, I'll come up. I get a lot of free publicity from you, so hey, absolutely, I'll come up. I'll join your moronic clown show.
Because nobody likes you, Tom. Is that you need?
No, I'm getting a lot of followers thanks to this. I appreciate it. So I actually get a lot of followers thanks to
we get it because nobody likes you, Tom. We understand.
Oh, I don't care if everybody likes me. I really don't.
Zeus's government.
Tom.
Living on Zeus's government.
But no, hey, I just gotta say, you gotta see my video I made about you, Zeus. I gotta say thank you. You're giving me a lot of views, and I appreciate it.
Tom, all you're doing is proving my point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hear Charlie Brown's teacher. What are you saying? Go ahead.
Tom, what exactly is Shay lying about? And be real quick, because
we don't want a dictator. We don't want somebody who's going to be a king. We don't want any of that. We just don't want Democrats in power.
Oh, okay. So that's the lie?
What lie?
Okay, so you don't have... See, ladies and gentlemen, join me again in Tom What He Deserves.
That's all tiny tank top man has. Tiny tank tops, he can breathe. Lacking oxygen to your brain. You're lacking oxygen to your brain. Change your tank top. A bigger one.
Wow.
I don't know.
Disgusting person.
Yeah, and that's a lie. And everybody knows that that's not true.
Yeah.
That's the lie that they tell themselves, right?
Yeah.
And again, no matter what we do, because this is their side saying it. We're not making this up. I wish I was.
Yeah.
We're not making it up. They're posting about it. They're saying it. Well, this is what our intentions are. You got Project 2025. You have Agenda 47. They are saying it. It is clear. And it's on their side. It's on their channels. We're not making this up.
Nope.
I'm sorry that you don't know how to actually follow what your side is saying because you're so hell-bent on owning the libs. That's how narrow-minded and ignorant
all,
you are.
They are willing to welcome fascism. From what Tom said, I heard Tom with his own mouth. Bring on the fascism as long as we own the libs. Tom, you're a
We own the
disgrace
list.
to
He
this
thinks
country.
This is a football game. This is how intelligent this man is. I got my red jersey. You got your blue jersey. Let's go.
Whoever employs Tom, whoever is Tom's employer, you really should consider terminating your contract with this guy. He's not good with his money. He's not. He's out here wasting it on Donald Trump. Seriously.
I mean, it's just, I thought he was going to add some historical reference for me. I thought he was going to give me some facts. I thought he was going to try to hit me and hit my, let's see if she's really a history professor.
Right.
I really thought that's what was going to happen. That was hysterical.
He has nothing. He's a known liar on this app. And from what I've heard him, he confessed, Shay, that he uses Zeus to get clout. Could you?
Yeah, I heard that very clear. I heard that very clear. So I don't think you need to pull him up in the box anymore because God knows we don't need to help him make his little coins.
Right.
His own Zeus without you.
Now he's slicing and splicing my videos too, Shay. I mean, this guy's gotten he's a full-fledged criminal.
Wow, look at this. See, he can't create his own content.
Wow,
Nobody likes him.
He's worse than Michael Cohen. He's worse than Michael Cohen.
Oh yeah, he's a grifter. There you go. They're all grifters. They're voting for a grifter number one. So they're like, let's get on the grift. Why not? All right, my friend. But yeah, wake up, people. This is real. The gloves are off. They're absolutely telling us what they want. If that's what you want, then vote for it. I just don't know what to tell you. It's really serious here, guys. And there's a famous poem that was written in after World War II that basically said, that first they came for, the electricians, and they came for the postal workers, and they came for the teachers, and they came for the clergymen, then they came, and then when I looked at them, they came for me. So it's real simple. When that poem was written, it was an understanding that so many people allowed the Holocaust to happen because it didn't involve them. It was other people, right? They minded their own business. It has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And then they realized it affected their lives heavily.
Tell them,
and
Shay.
everything around them. And then because they would harbor a Jewish person or whatever it was, and then the government came for them. So be real careful. This isn't something to play with. But anyway, love you, Zeus. And
all right, love you as well.
Going, and I'll address Snuggles and Michelle Obama later. But anyway.
Yes. Thank you, Shay. All right, I appreciate all you do in bringing your history and your education to the platform and making sure that's shared out. All right, because this is what we understand. A lot of people, they don't know this stuff. And we got to help.
Listen in 2016, so it's that. And I hope they'll listen in 2024.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
All right. Love you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. No lies detected. Okay, I seen that there's a MAGA demon out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who is this?
Oh, there it is.
There it is. I got you, Shay. Cash, you were saying something in my chat section. I want you to come on up here and put a little meat on the bone. Do you have any of the evidence to support any of the claims that you've been making? For those of you who can't see the comments, what I'm seeing in the chat is there's a lot of nasty things being said about President Biden. There's a lot of nasty things being said about my panelists, and I'm asking these supporters, if you hear someone lying or if you got that dirt on Joe Biden, don't just spam the comment section. Have the courage, have the conviction to be able to quickly get in the box. You got 3 minutes and say the evidence or say the truth. Share the truth. All right. I don't want to hear about how you feel about Zeus. I get it. You're obsessed with me. I get it. I'm Triple H. I understand. I'm an overwhelming individual. I have an overwhelming presence. All right. I get it. But you can keep that to yourself. Let's get straight down to business and explain to me where the dirt on Joe Biden is or who is lying and what the lie is, all right? We're too old to be playing games, ladies and gentlemen. We really are. All right, good morning, Miss Boss Diva. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, Zeus. Sorry about that. My bad.
No. I just didn't want your business to get out. That's why I was like, I know people end up doing that kind of stuff while they're waiting, and so you're fine.
I am on 2 different devices, so
that's right.
Looking out, bro.
All right, no problem.
Say, hey, did you get a chance to see Rachel Maddow's interview with Fonny?
I saw it yesterday. Yeah, very good interview. It's sad that as a black woman, Fonnie Willis is being targeted at a level none of us could ever imagine, and yet and still the supporters, MAGA, they continue to say, we need to do more damage. We haven't caused her enough harm. They keep turning the temperature up on this woman, and she's fighting still to do her job. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, fighting alone. As Rachel Maddow had pointed out, she has absolutely no support system. And you got
when she said that, I said, that's why I shout Fonnie Willis out on all of my videos, right? Because I want her name to be very popular in America's household so that people like you and I can do it because, she needs that support, not just her, but all of the prosecutors.
And she's on the ballot today, so if you guys are in Georgia,
let's get Fonnie. Let's go ahead and vote for Fonnie Willis.
Vote for Fonnie Willis. Absolutely, yeah.
She ain't afraid of the MAGA demons. She's not afraid of them.
No, she is absolutely not. And Donald Trump, the ultimate MAGA demon.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I mean, she taking the head on and the body.
Yep.
So I mean, she definitely needs. But Rachel, it really struck a chord with me.
Yeah.
And not A minor. Okay.
Lord have mercy. See, that's a Kendrick Lamar reference, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all better pay attention, all right? Some of this stuff is going right over your head.
Yeah, she definitely did make a point because really, I mean, Jack Smith, he got the support of the, federal government, right? And everybody else got their support one way or another, but she really is isolated into this whole thing, and has been and has affected her life in profound ways.
Yep.
She's making a hell of a sacrifice to bring the ultimate MAGA demon down to his knees. Now, Alvin Bragg gonna take a bite of that apple first. But by the time she get through, she gonna eat up the rest of the apple. The rest of the apple will be devoured.
Bingo.
Okay.
Bingo.
Because she's going to definitely make sure that she's standing on business, so she's gonna make sure business is handled, 10 toes down.
Yeah.
Just how we do.
Yeah.
Because black women matter.
Amen. You're spot on. You better tell it. Absolutely. You better tell it.
So yeah, and I love the fact that Jasmine Crockett has trademarked her
B6
bad built butch body. The 3 or what is it? 6 B's.
6 B's. Yes, B6 hitting them with that B6.
B6 you.
Yep. Yep.
And add a 7th. But yeah, I really wanted to talk about Fonnie because she's very important. Very, very, very important. And she's on the ballot today. And, you guys are voting in Georgia. So let's get it done. Let's get her reelected and, continue on with this God's work. You know what I mean?
Amen. Tell them this, boss Diva.
Absolutely. Well, I love you, Zeus. Thank you for having me up.
All right.
I don't know if you got your bell ready or whatever. It's probably ready to ring in a minute.
I actually didn't press it. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the conversations go like that. I'll be honest with you. But yeah,
And she looked absolutely stunning in the interview yesterday. She was absolutely beautiful.
Good morning.
Shout out Fonnie Willis. It's Fonnie Willis Day for Boss Diva. Anyway, love y'all. Have a good day. Stay safe out in these TikTok streets.
All right. You too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. No lies detected. You see, ladies and gentlemen, Fonnie Willis is doing such an outstanding job holding Donald Trump accountable that when you can't win playing by the rules, you got to start cheating. And that's all Donald Trump knows. He doesn't know how to play by the rules because every time he tries, he will guaranteed lose. So Donald Trump is engaging in, once again, more schemes. Can you say schemes, MAGA? He's engaging in more schemes to try to save his rear end from going to prison. Thank you, Rick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next panelist. Good morning to Keisha. No, Daffs. Daffs, who's a traitor, Daffs? Good morning to Keisha. How are you?
Hey, Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. Just tending to the affairs as usual.
Zeus, I don't talk about Snuggles. I don't even call Snuggles' name. When people talk about Snuggles, I try to be nice. And I said, it's something about Snuggles that I like. I don't even go to Snuggles Live because he's about as exciting as watching a snail try to make it home. So I don't go in Snuggles Lives. I don't go in any conservatives' lives because they're as dumb as a box of rocks. So I stay where I'm at. But Snuggles had the audacity to call my name in a video, Zeus.
Oh,
Why
I do
would
remember
Snuggles
that.
do that?
I remember. Yeah, mine too.
I don't care about your name, Zeus. He always calls out your name. But I'm talking about me, Zeus. The one who never even says anything about little fabric softener. You know what fabric softener called my name, Zeus? Why?
I don't have an answer.
With that eyebrow that's raised higher than anything that can sit in his pants, he has the audacity to call my name.
Oh.
Why would Snuggles do that? Let me speak on what Shay gonna talk. You know, he keeps calling Michelle Obama a man. That's because he doesn't know what a man looks like. Because when he looks in the mirror, he can't find one.
Oh.
That's why he's confused. Anytime your underwear goes all the way up your stomach and there's nothing blocking it from going further between your legs, you think you're a woman. So you think Michelle is a man because her pants probably hang lower than yours.
Wow.
Snuggles, leave me alone. I will never, ever take up for you again. I will never, ever have anything nice to say about you again, Snuggles. You are on my radar. You are on my list. You will be getting dogged from now on. That's my promise to you, Snuggles.
Is there anything he can do to...
He can't do nothing at all, Zeus.
Fatality.
At all, Zeus. Because I've been nice to Snuggles. I don't call Snuggles name. But Snuggles came for me by calling my name. And so now he just messed up, Zeus.
Yep, he messed up.
Yes. And that's the bottom line. Because Kiki Cole said so. Not Stone Cold. Kiki Cole.
Well, that's listen. I try. Listen, there's nothing that I can say. The hedge of protection has been removed.
It's gone. Zeus.
I'm going. Hey, do what you want with them. I'm going to look like this.
The yard man has come and trimmed the hedges back and cut the grass, and I'm coming out.
Bye, Snuggles. Seems like
and
you've got a lot.
Snuggles, I'm gonna make a song about you, Snuggles. Be here tomorrow.
All right.
That's my first order of business, is to make Snuggles a lovely song. I hope you like it.
And you make great songs. So that's why I'm actually looking forward to you and seeing what you cook up.
And when I get through, he gonna be beating his head on that paneling on that wall in his grandma's basement, where he peeking out the window, hoping that they gonna send him another Ginzu knife award for being the one who can sharpen knives the best. Get a real job, Snuggles.
Get a real job.
You sharpener, you pencil sharpener, you fake wannabe Iron Chef of America.
Oh,
I got you, baby.
Oh,
bye.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. No lies detected. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the way. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Congratulations, Snuggles. You've played yourself right into the trap. All right, and you made the trap yourself. All right, let's bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good morning, Big Adrian. How are you doing? Long time no see. Greetings. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Hey,
yes.
I just jumped up here because I went through all my favorite content creators, and I always watch you every morning faithfully.
Thank you.
And but I made something, and I posted on my page, but can I put it up real quick? I'll show you.
Yes. Go right ahead.
All right, hold on. Yeah, man. These are I appreciate all you guys that's out here.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we got a surprise this bright and early. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look at that! Oh my God! Wow, man, that thing is popping, man. That thing jumping off the screen. Man, you got Zeus over there looking mighty sharp, man. How you do that? Man, you do that? Man, go ahead and send me that. You said that's on your profile?
Yeah.
Look at that, man. That thing is sharp.
But I appreciate everybody on this panel, man. Like literally, that I look up to you guys, and I'm happy to you guys doing a good fight, man, for democracy. So keep it up.
All right.
I wanted to show it to you. That's why I came up.
That is dope, brother, man. That is some talent. How did you draw that? You drew that with your hands?
No. It's an app that I use.
Oh, okay. I'm like, man, you caught the features real nice. Like, man, I need a copy of that.
Go ahead, man. I'll see if I send it to you.
Yes, please, definitely do. That is amazing work, my brother. I really, really do appreciate it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Big Adrian One Love, man. See, people like to say we spread hate on TikTok. This doesn't look like hate to me. This looks like love, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll send it to you, Zeus. But I'm at work. I just wanted to show it to you, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate you captured my features real nice. Like, all right, I'm telling you, man. I mean, I already knew I looked good, but when you do it the way you did it over there, you just put the icing on top. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him another round of applause. Now, wait a second. Oh, sorry, he left. I was going to ask him to name off those content creators. All right, I recognize the majority of them, though. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you see, this is a show of force, ladies and gentlemen. Day in, day out, I get out here and I share the truth. All right, because this democracy is truly on the line. I understand that Donald J. Trump is the biggest threat to this country, and we cannot have him be in the White House again, unraveling years and years of progress. President Joe Biden was right. Donald Trump and his MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards. They really are. And if you aren't familiar with American history, don't just take my word for it. Really, go out there and look up some of the struggles that we have had to have in this country, starting with our independence. Go back, look at how that thing played out, all right? Look at all of the rebellions that we had to go through leading up to where we're at now. Look at how the United States actually was able to take the territories that it got and what countries were involved. Look at what happened during the Civil War. Look at what happened when we, fought for civil rights. A lot of those struggles that you think maybe aren't still going on, if you look at what's still happening in this country, you're going to go, oh my goodness, I understand why this is an issue, right? I understand why we still have an electoral college, right? It's because of the legacy of slavery. You start to understand how all of this is connected. You understand what's going on at the border a lot more. And you start to understand the progress that's been made and the progress that needs to continue to be made, right? And this is serious stuff. America, okay? All right, I got to do I can do one more guess, and then I got to wrap it up. I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. If I didn't get to you, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I got to run. All right, good morning, Moo the Tuxedo Cat. How have you been? Long time no see.
Good, man. How you doing today?
I am definitely okay. Thank you for asking. A lot of people ask that.
Yeah. No, I think there's a bit of an assumption that MAGA needs to wake up or realize something. And right. I think folks still don't understand that there is no waking up. There is no realizing anything. You guys have to understand the Republican Party for over 50 years has engineered their base to hate Democrats, hate government, and to want a dictator, right? So it's not like they need to wake up from anything. This is what they want, right? They want a dictator. They want to disassemble the government. They want to take women's reproductive rights away. This is all intentional. They're not going to wake up from anything. So, all you folks in chat, if you think you're going to magically say something to MAGA and all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh my God, what are we doing? You need to understand that this is all exactly what they want. Yeah. Okay. MAGA is a fake populist movement. They're actually a fascist movement who just want to give more of your money to rich people. They're a trickle-down party. They still believe in trickle-down economics. You get these people in MAGA that say, America first, we shouldn't be giving money to Ukraine, we shouldn't be giving money to Israel, right?
They
Well,
say
what
that.
would you guys do with, yeah, what would you guys do with that money? Would you fund Medicare for all? No, you wouldn't do that. You would give tax cuts to the rich, and you would transfer more of the middle class's money over to rich people. You're a fake populist movement. There's nothing about you that you know how to do to fix America. Most of you weren't involved in politics before Donald Trump. Most of you were sitting in your trailers, wondering why you've lost all your teeth with your sister, right? That's the vast majority of you, okay?
Bingo!
None of you know. Yeah. None of you know about politics. Most of you didn't even vote before Donald Trump came along. So you have no idea how to fix America. You have no idea what to do for America. Progressives are the ones who are going to save this country. Progressive values are what's going to save America. Medicare for all, clean air, clean water, renewable energy, progressive values, real populist values are the way to go.
No lies detected. Now, let me ask you some questions about that. So, you believe, it sounds like a majority of Americans are more in favor of these progressive values, right?
Yeah, a huge majority support Medicare for all, renewable energy, etc.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what about women's access to abortion and health care?
Well, me personally, I'm about
where do the
as
majority of Americans feel about that?
I know even in red states, the vast majority of Americans want women to have some sort of reasonable timeline to where they can get an abortion, right? Now, me personally, I don't think there should be any government involved in any medical procedure whatsoever. But unfortunately, Republicans have become the party of big government. They want to use the government to hunt down women and doctors and throw them in jail. They even want to make a database to keep track of women's pregnancies so that they can hunt you down and put you in jail. So that's their MO at this point.
They literally basically became the party that they said they didn't want to be. Right in front of our
you guys
eyes.
always talked about, oh, we want small government, we want freedom. You guys are actively taking away educational materials from children in schools. You're using the government to do that, right? You're actively using the government to oppress gay people and LGBTQ community.
Tell them.
You're actively using the government to get rid of things that you guys quote unquote don't like or that you're afraid of, right? Meanwhile, I don't know why you guys are so against the gay community, because all I see are a bunch of MAGA men with Trump pictures of him in tight spandex, him in armor, him with fake muscles that he doesn't have. I think you guys have some tendencies going on, and that's why you actually don't like the LGBTQ community, because you actually don't like yourself, because you have these tendencies. It's all repressed by your party, right? You guys can't come out in your party and say, I'm gay, because you'll get ridiculed by your own party. It's happened in your party before, right? Poor Tim Scott, right? Has to fake having a girlfriend. It's so sad that you guys repress these people's emotions. You have to repress your emotions because you're a bunch of beta males, right? You follow people like Andrew Tate, who you think is going to turn you into a man because you have no clue how to actually be a man. And your father was probably garbage. That's why you like Andrew Tate.
Oh, tell him he's not lying. A lot of you have low self-esteem. I'm talking about the MAGA men, the conservative men, right? And they got low self-esteem. They're incels, right? If they get in a relationship with a woman, they'll lose their minds. All right. If she breaks your heart, you're dead. Oh, I can't do it.
You guys are listening to people like Charlie Kirk, who actively beat women, right? You think that's the solution to get women to like you, right? I bet you guys think P. Diddy is a real upstanding guy at this point, right? That's how I should act towards women. That's why you can't get women, MAGA. That's why.
He's not lying. You're not lying. I've seen a lot of these conservative men, and they go, Zeus, the reason I come to your show is because I'm hoping that I could find a woman to, date. That's why they come to my show. I don't like what you're saying, but I do believe that if I just hang around you long enough, I might be able to get a date. These are some sick people. They don't understand that you shouldn't have to go work this hard to find a partner. You just got to be a lovable person.
Yeah, it's very easy to tell that everything you guys try to say that you care about, you actually don't give a shit, right? Because you claim to care.
You gotta keep it clean.
You claim to be pro-life, right?
Yeah.
But yet I haven't seen any MAGA at
Trickle
any
down dates.
support for Palestine, all the little unborn babies that are getting destroyed in Israel. Y'all don't care about them. Why? Because they're not white babies. That's why you don't care about them, right? If they were white babies, white Christian babies, then you guys would care about them, right? But because they're Arab, you don't give a crap about all the unborn babies being offed in Palestine. You guys don't care about life. You guys don't want to fund any programs for children. I don't hear any of you actively speaking to bring the child tax credit back. And why don't you want to do that, right? Because it's not for rich people. That's what MAGA is actually about. You are for the rich. Yeah.
Thank you. Listen, you did an amazing job laying these Trump supporters on their back. And I thank you,
Oh, I
all
slay
right,
'em,
Mr.
man.
Tuxedo.
Slay.
Yeah, thank you. You slayed very well, my brother, all right? And listen, a lot of people said thank you in the chat. I was looking at it, and I'm going to ask that you continue to please keep on coming back and bringing that heavy hammer of truth, all right? I really do
Absolutely,
appreciate
man.
it.
You have a great one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Moo. He's definitely coming through and crushing it. All right, MAGA, listen, quiet as it is kept, the truth is Donald Trump isn't going to get reelected. I'm so sorry. I've got to officially land my plane, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry I didn't get to talk to all of you who are in the guest request. It doesn't mean I love you any less at all. It just means Zeus has other affairs to tend to because I'm a popular and busy kind of person, all right? But let me explain, MAGA, once again, why Donald Trump won't get reelected. All right, and make sure you're screen recording this, especially you, Tom, that likes to take screenshots of me and go do lives and make a bunch of money off of Zeus's likeness and off of my image, Tom. Add this to your conversation piece, Tom. The reason that Donald Trump won't get elected, here's the first reason. It's because everyone knows he raped E. Jean Carroll. That's SA, that's defamation, and it's recorded in the history books. Donald Trump did it. Nobody in their right mind, keywords, right mind, will vote for Donald Trump knowing he's a rapist, a digital rapist, and a defamationist kind of individual. Secondly, we all know that Donald Trump oversaw the largest fraudulent crime ring in American history. Decades of fraud, all right? His CFO is in prison, and he has been fined $500 million. There's no way we want this guy to run this country like he ran his businesses. Absolutely not, right? So that's the second reason. The third reason is because he stole America's secrets and lied to the FBI about it. Yes, he stole our secrets and he lied to the FBI about it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tell your family and friends everything that I'm telling you, all right? Next, he tried to overturn the election. Every day that I've been going live, I've been able to bring one of his patriots to the forefront and show how they have been brought to justice as a result of Donald Trump's big lie. Yes, make sure you tell your friends that. All right, what else? Him and his family have taken millions and millions of dollars from foreign governments. Somebody said Jared Kushner got $2 billion from the Saudi. Go look it up. Do we trust Donald Trump? After we found out he got money from the Saudis and China, millions of dollars. A report came out at the top of this year that verified that from Congress. Go look it up. He overcharged our Secret Service to stay at his properties. Go look it up. This man is dangerous for this country. All right. The next thing, he ended Roe versus Wade. He ended Roe versus Wade, which has caused irreversible harm to women all over this country, even conservative women that they really thought that it was a good thing that he did that. Now they're suffering in those red states. They're fleeing to states like California. Where's Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom, please save me from Greg Abbott, is what they're saying. Because they realized they made a very huge mistake. This guy, Donald Trump, is terrible for this country, ladies and gentlemen. And the last reason why Donald Trump will lose this election is because of what we see playing out in the Manhattan courtroom involving those hush money payments that he made to Stormy Daniels. This salacious affair that he engaged in, all right, this criminal scheme that he participated in with Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen, in which 20 witnesses for the defense have already came in and corroborated what happened, proves that Donald Trump is the most dangerous. He doesn't have any integrity at all. He doesn't have any morals, and showed that he never divested from his businesses while he was president like he promised. Instead, he doubled down on it and engaged in crimes designed to rob the American people of information about who they were voting for in the 2016 election. Ladies and gentlemen, for those reasons alone, Donald Trump will not win he will not win this 2024 election. All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, the plane has officially landed. To all the subscribers, the gifters, the panelists, the moderators, you deserve a round of applause. All right, to the Zeus haters out there, ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly who these Zeus haters are. I got to do this. These are my critics. These are my detractors. These are your critics and detractors. These people get on TikTok every single day and spread misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. These people promote evil. They promote hatred, bigotry, misogyny, racism, all forms of degradation on behalf of Donald J. Trump. These people are the lowest of the low, and these are some scummy individuals. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them our final round of boos and shame. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Hey, Tom, I want my cut, Tom. And anybody out there, thank you, Rick. Anybody out there using Zeus to get views? Nathan's mom, thank you. Jackie! All right, yes, Black Jade, Yvonne, Rick, let's go. Mexican Guru, you still here? Wow, man, that was dope. I'm gonna get you back in. All right, T, Mystica, Little Hawk, Tiffany for the people, I love you. Daisy. Yes, vote blue, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got a long way to go. 6 months. Don't be bamboozled. Don't be misled by these lies that are out here. It's not about what they're saying on social media. All right, it's about what you've looked up and found out on your own. Make sure you make the right choice when you go vote, ladies and gentlemen. I see you, Mexican Guru. Heaven, wow, is that a new one? Okay, I'm with it. Larry, Brown Eyes, I see you, KC, I see you, Mr. Silk. Tiffany for the people. Rick, there you go, Rick. We hit our goal once again. Daisy. Kathy, I see you. LTX Powerful. G-Fat MC A. O'Neill, I see you. User, I see you. All right, Daisy. Queen Flea, let's go. Zeus, yes, Juan. The fight is totally worth it. Lady Rima. PA, Marisol. All right. Miss Boss Steve. And I'm burning down the roof. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment now. I gotta choose. And you're making me feel real special. I'm blushing. Oh my gosh. Slick as Rick. People telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you're looking like a goof. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the God, boy, you're such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. Hey, Tom, that's why they call me Zeus, and they call you Tank Top Tom. It's so easy. Jackie, it's so easy. KC. Yes, David, vote blue. Here we go.
I just want to buy 11,000.
Keep on taking him, New Age.
Look, there's one more that we have.
Oh, all right, and that right there, that'll get you a Rico. All right. Now, Reggie, are you out there, Reggie? Tiffany, are you out there? Let's hit him with the Jack Smith remix.
He's deranged. Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
He's deranged. Jack Smith.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Right.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
All right. I got to wrap things up. Now, you know what we got to do. To the people who keep thinking Donald Trump is going to get reelected, once again, let me remind you that we've all seen this movie before. This is what Donald Trump sounds like when he's on Truth Social posting those fake polls that we learned about those fake polls yesterday when Michael Cohen admitted to stealing from Donald Trump. Red Finch, he hired a company to create fake polls. So he posts these fake polls on his platform, and then he says stuff like this.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level.
Right.
We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our
Oh,
veterans.
yeah.
We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
You know when he does that more, he's spreading them, keep it clean, right? He's spreading them, though. He about to win. And then what's going to happen is he ends up losing to Joe Biden. And then he's going to sound like this. We all heard it.
It's such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight. And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left.
60?
We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court.
Right.
So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Now, notice how Donald Trump becomes a mathematician when the truth comes. 12, this 60% margins of all of a sudden. What the hell happened? This is how the tone changes. Notice he's not saying we're winning.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left.
He can do math.
And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
The funniest part about that is his supporters, they believe him. All right, I gotta get out of here, but before I do, let's drop the bomb.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That's right. You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe. Don't do nothing